Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, I'm starting the lecture, girls, and for the last time, like in the last lecture, we discussed about ionic compounds. Okay, and I just want to revise it quickly with you because last class was a bit interrupted because of the internet. So in ionic bonding, first of all, for the bonding, okay, you guys also please listen to me if you have missed something. For the bonding, I told you that the particles, they bond because they want to complete their shells. Okay, they want to complete their outermost shell. Or the only one group which has its shell complete is noble gas. Okay, group 0. In group 0, all the noble gases have complete outermost shells. So all the other elements, they want to be like noble gases. Okay, they want to complete their shells. So that's why they bond. And for the bonding, I told you that there are 3 types of bondings: ionic bonding, covalent bonding, and metallic bonding. Okay, 3 types of bondings. And we started with the ionic bond. Okay, and in ionic bonding, transfer of electrons happens. Okay, transference of electrons. And one thing to remember, that ionic bonding always happens between metals and non-metals. Metals. The online girls, can you hear properly?
Yes, miss.
Okay, between metals and non-metals, always remember. Okay, between metal and non-metals. Metals, they always give electrons. Okay, I'm writing E negative. This E negative S, this is the short form used for electrons. Okay, and we studied it in grade 6 that electrons are negative. Okay, that's why it's E, small e, negative sign at the top. Okay, and S is for plural, electrons. Okay, so metals, they give electrons always, remember. Okay, you have to learn this, it should be on your fingertips, that metals always give. Okay, and non-metals, they take electrons, they always take electrons. Non-metals take. Metals, they give means they donate. Okay, they always donate electrons, and non-metals, they receive, they take electrons. Okay, last time also, as you can see on the screen, that last time also I told you that metals give. So lithium fluoride. Okay, this example we did last time, lithium and fluorine. Okay, so lithium, how do they form bond? Lithium is incomplete, it's not halogen, it's not noble gas. Okay, and fluorine is also, it's not a noble gas. So means lithium and fluorine both are incomplete, and they both want to complete their shells. Okay, so how they will complete? First we will write the electronic structure. Okay, so lithium 3 electrons, it has total 3 electrons. You can see it from the periodic table, then how many electrons it has. Okay, so 3 electrons, 2 in the first shell, 1 in the second shell. And fluorine has 9 total electrons, 2 in the first shell and 7 in the second shell. Okay, so as we know, and I told you that lithium, which is a metal, it always gives. Okay, so lithium has 1 electron, so it will give that 1 electron, and fluorine takes the electron. Okay, so it will take that 1 electron from lithium. Okay, so when lithium gives the electron, it becomes positive. Positive sign will come on it. Li, positive. Okay, positive, so plus sign. And fluorine, after taking the electron, it becomes negative. Okay, negative, because it has received 1 electron, so -1. Okay, -1 charge come on it. Okay, and its configuration becomes 2, lithium becomes 2, and fluorine becomes 2, 8, which is complete. Okay, shells are complete. Okay, so and the opposite charges, they attract each other and it forms lithium fluoride. Okay, the attraction between them, okay, see, lithium positive and fluorine minus. The attraction between them, the force of attraction, This force of attraction is known as electrostatic force of attraction. Electrostatic. The online girls, are you getting it?
Yes, Miss, I'm getting it.
Yes.
Okay, electrostatic force of attraction. This word is also written in your book. Okay, I'll tell you where it is written. So, electrostatic force of attraction. Just remember this word. It's really important. That what is the attraction between positive and negative charge called? Okay, so it is called electrostatic force of attraction. Okay, so this was the review. Okay, then we discussed about in the last lecture we discussed very quickly about sodium chloride. Okay, you can see sodium 11 electrons, chlorine 17 electrons. So sodium 281, chlorine 287. So sodium is a metal. It will give one electron, and chlorine is a non-metal, so it will take that one electron. Okay, sodium will become positive, chlorine will become negative. They both will attract each other, and sodium chloride will form. Okay, so these are the shells: shell of sodium, shell of chlorine. Okay, this is atomic structure of chlorine and sodium. Notice that sodium has just one electron in its outer shell. Okay, I'm reading from the book. How do you think it could get the same electronic structure as the noble gas? Would it be easier for sodium to lose just one electron or to gain 7 electrons? It will be easier for sodium to lose one electron. Okay, because see, sodium in the third shell of sodium there is only one electron. Okay, and we know that third shell, it is complete with 8 electrons. So sodium has to gain 7 electrons, or it can give 1 electron. So it's easier to give up that 1 electron and finish the shell at all. Okay, so sodium will easily give that 1 electron to chlorine. So sodium will also attain the noble gas configuration, okay, the complete configuration, and chlorine will also get completed. Okay, now and one important thing, that the metal charge, the charged metal, like sodium positive and chlorine negative, these charged particles, they are known as ions. Okay, the atoms which are charged, they are called as ions, charged particles. Okay, so you should remember this thing. Ions, they are known as, whether it is positive or negative. If it is charged, if it has certain charge on it, it is ion. Okay, and these ions, they have specific names also. The positive ion is known as cation. The positive ion is known as cation, and the negative ion is known as anion. You're not writing anything, beta? Girls, please note these things. Okay, they are really important. Cation. Okay, the girls who are online, please note these down. Okay, this is very important stuff. Cations and anions. Okay, now on page 77, the explanation is written. When sodium reacts, it loses its one outer electron. This leaves it with the same electronic structure as the noble gas neon. Okay, so sodium is 281. Okay, after losing this one electron, its shell finishes and it becomes 28. Okay, and 28 is the same configuration as the noble gas neon. Neon has 10 electrons, so its configuration is 28, which is complete. Okay, so sodium, after losing this one electron, it becomes like neon. Okay, it becomes like noble gas. And for chlorine, if you see for chlorine, chlorine has 17 electrons, so 287. Okay, so after receiving that one electron from sodium, chlorine becomes 288. Okay, and 2 negative, and 288 is the configuration of argon, noble gas. Okay, so in the starting I told you that all the elements, they lose or gain electron to want their, so that they can become like noble gases. Okay, and that's how they become. That's how they complete their shells. Okay, the diagram also you can see that one electron of sodium, which is represented by cross. Okay, this electron is being transferred to chlorine. Okay, and chlorine already it has 2 electrons in the first shell, 8 electrons in the second shell, and 7 electrons in the third shell. Okay, and it gained 1 electron of sodium. Okay, and then so it becomes 8. Noble gas configuration. Okay, is it clear till here, girls?
Yes, miss. Yes, teacher.
Okay, awesome. Okay, now remember that all atoms are neutral. Okay, next line. All atoms are neutral. All atoms in the periodic table are neutral. Neutral means zero. They don't have any charge on them. Okay, they become charged when they give or when they take. Okay, they become positive or negative. They become ions. Otherwise, they are neutral. Otherwise, they are zero. Okay, now why they are zero? The explanation is written here. Okay, this question can come that why atoms are neutral. Okay, why atoms are neutral? So its explanation is they have an equal number of positive protons and negative electrons. So the charges cancel out. Okay. So like in, for example, let's take sodium for example. Sodium atomic number is 11. Do you remember from grade 6 what is atomic number? What's the definition? No one remembers?
The number of protons
Next,
and electrons in an atom.
number? Teacher, atomic number is the
The amount of protons and electrons in an atom.
number
Yes.
of protons, which is the same as the number of electrons.
Good. Atomic number is the number of protons or electrons. Okay, means it's the same. Atomic number, protons and electrons number, they are same in all the atoms. Okay, and protons, what is the charge on proton?
Positive.
Protons are positive, electrons are
Negative.
negative. Yes. Okay, and in any atom, in all the atoms, the protons and electron numbers are equal. Okay, so if sodium's atomic number is 11, it means it has 11 protons and 11 electrons. Correct? Same number in every element. It's the same number of protons and electrons, but they have opposite charges. So because of these opposite charges, they cancel out each other, and on the whole, the atom becomes neutral, zero. Okay, this is what written here. What is written here? That they have equal number of positive protons and negative electrons. So the charges cancel out. Okay, that is why atoms are neutral. But we can make them charged. How? By the transferring of electrons. By either losing the electron or accepting of the electrons. Okay, they can become charged. Now we'll see that how they become charged. Okay, ionic bonding and the concept of ions formation. Okay, see this one, this calculation. Okay, this is the same thing which I read. However, after sodium has given an electron to chlorine, the electrons and protons in both atoms no longer balance. Okay, like let's do for sodium first and then we'll do for chlorine. Okay, sodium and chlorine. Okay, sodium is 281. Okay, sodium has 11 electrons. Okay, so 281. Okay, Sodium previously it had the protons in sodium were 11, electrons were also 11, so it was 0 in the starting. Okay, sodium is neutral. But when it gives this one electron, the protons remain the same, but what will be the number of electrons now after giving one electron? It has 11 electrons. Sodium has 11 electrons. After giving one electron, how many are left?
10.
10. Very good. 10 are left. Okay, so protons will remain the same, plus 11, and electrons become 1 minus. Okay, now what is the answer? Plus 11 minus 10. Just do
1.
basic maths.
1.
Positive 1, right? 1.
Yes.
So sodium will get plus 1 charge. Okay, that's how you can calculate the charge on it. Plus 1.
Can you explain this again?
Yeah, sure. Okay, see, sodium has equal number of protons and electrons. Okay, the protons are present inside the nucleus and electrons are present outside the nucleus. You studied in grade 6 already. Okay, but the number of protons and electrons are always equal. Okay, and they are equal, so positive protons and negative electrons, they cancel out each other, and the answer is 0. Okay, but if any species, if any substance, if any atom gives the electron, then electron becomes less in number. Obviously, if you have 11 toffees and you give up that one toffee to someone else, then you will be left with 10, right?
Yes.
So that is why minus 10. Okay, so when we do maths, simple maths, that's plus 11, because protons number will not change. Okay, protons are not transferring, only electrons are transferring. So plus 11 minus 10, it becomes plus 1. Okay, so we calculated the charge on sodium. Now let's see the chlorine. Chlorine has 17 electrons. Okay, so protons are 17, electrons are also 17. They cancel out each other and chlorine is neutral. Okay, before the bonding, before transferring, chlorine was neutral. Okay, but when chlorine takes that one electron from sodium, then protons will remain the same. Okay, because nothing happened to the proton.
Electrons will be 18.
Yeah, but it had extra electron. Now one more electron has been added. Okay, so plus 17 minus 18, it's
16.
plus 17 minus 18.
Oh.
It's minus 1. Okay, you studied in maths, right? Simple calculation. Minus 1. So chlorine will get minus 1 charge. Okay, so that's how we can calculate the ions. So sodium is positive, chlorine is negative. They develop electrostatic attraction. Okay, and they will form sodium chloride, NaCl. Okay.
Yes, teacher. Okay, miss.
Okay, now on the next page, I will just tell you how to draw the diagram. This one. Okay, this diagram is very important and it comes in exam to draw this diagram. This is the bonded picture. Okay, ionic bonded picture of the molecules. So how to draw this? This diagram is known as dot and cross diagram. Dot and cross diagram. Okay, and they can ask you to draw dot and cross diagram from lithium fluoride. Okay, draw dot and cross diagram for sodium chloride. So this is how you will draw it. Okay. Okay, now keep in mind few things, that you will draw this diagram after the transference, after the electrons has been transferred. Okay, after the transference diagram. So this is sodium chloride. So for sodium, we know that sodium 281 and chlorine is 287, and sodium gives this one electron to chlorine, okay, and sodium becomes 28 square brackets positive. That's how you will write it, okay, and sodium will also become positive, and chlorine negative. After receiving that one electron, I told you that the one who receives the electron, it's negative always. So after taking that one electron, it becomes 288 square bracket minus. Okay. Now you will draw the diagram of this thing after the transference. Okay, not before the transference. The after one, when the shells are complete. This you will draw. Okay. Now. Okay, now come to the diagram. See the diagram. Sodium and chlorine you will draw separately, ions. Okay, you will draw the ions which I told you after the transference. Okay, cation and anion you will draw. So sodium electron, neutron in the nucleus. Sorry, nucleus in the middle. This is nucleus. Okay, nucleus in the middle. The first shell. Okay, see the sodium configuration. The first shell contains 2 electrons. Second shell contains 8. Okay, as you can see in the diagram also, square bracket and positive sign. Okay, these things are really important. First, whenever you make a diagram, just keep in mind you have to make complete shells. Number 2, square brackets. Okay, don't forget to draw the square brackets. Number 3, the charge. Okay, write the charge on the side always. So your diagram is incomplete if you don't write the charge, and it's incomplete if you don't draw the square brackets, and it's also incomplete if you don't draw the full shells. Okay, for sodium, you can use cross to represent the diagram of any one element, and you can use circle or dot to represent the electrons of the other element. Okay, and you will show the electron which is transferred. Yeah, this is the electron which is transferred. Okay, so it's your choice. You can draw the arrow or don't draw the arrow. Arrow is not compulsory, but if you draw it, then it will give a good impression. It will be good. Okay, so to represent that electron has been transferred from sodium to chlorine. Okay, so see that sodium electrons are represented by cross. Okay, so and one cross which is in which was in the last shell, it got transferred to chlorine. Okay, so and the third shell finishes. Yes, the girls were online. Any problem?
No, miss.
Sure.
Yes, miss.
Okay, good. Okay, as you know, opposite charges attract. Therefore, the Na positive ions and Cl negative ions are strongly attracted to each other. This electrostatic attraction sticks the ions together and is called ionic bond. Okay, so see, highlight or underline this line that this electrostatic attraction, okay, this attraction
Teacher, your voice disappeared. Teacher, your voice disappeared.
Yes, miss, we cannot hear you. Yes, teacher. Miss, your voice is not coming. The period is over. Still can't hear you, teacher. Miss, I cannot hear you.
Not in the meeting.
No, teacher's in the meeting.
Teacher, you're not audible.